What's up, guys? It's going to be a Sunday markets look ahead. It is Sunday, March 24th. It's 2:20 p.m. and we're going to dive into it in the Discord. Link is in the bio if you're not already in it. Man, been keeping people updated in real time throughout this whole period of the crypto caution dates. Now that we're finally at the 24th, we're kind of at the end period. So give or take a couple days, the 18th to the 23rd is usually that time frame where we see kind of some crypto caution, and we've seen what panned out. We saw a dump, we saw a pop back up, we saw a pull back down to the three different scenarios we were covering for bottoming out. And it so happened to be the first scenario, which is good so far though. We're not out of the woods just yet. But Sunday, we have the weekly candle close. That'll happen in about 6 hours from now. But yeah, so in this video, we're going to go over the markets look ahead for the rest of this month, heading into April, and then we're going to cover like May, June-ish, and kind of where I see Bitcoin potentially going to these next months and the altcoin market, and kind of just my thoughts of where this macro top comes in. So we're going to dive into it. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave a like and a comment, and let's do it. So I splattered a bunch of charts in the market updates, and I just kind of want to run through them. But yeah, so if we take a look at, first off, let's just go to the Bitcoin chart, because what we saw was we had three different scenarios that we were covering, and we were covering them in real time. So it was back here. So we said first scenario equals a 786 tap bottom, and that had just happened, and that was yet to be confirmed. Then the second scenario was a double bottom, and that was awaiting if first scenario didn't kind of broke down. Then the third scenario was a lower low, and that was only if second scenario broke down. So what happened was we did the first scenario and we bottomed out. So if we go to the 6 hour chart and then we go over here and we take a look at what we were tracking in real time, was this low to, let me hide that. So it was this low to this high up here, and bang, 786 tap. And we bottomed at that point and we started to go up. And now we're trying to work ourselves out of this kind of lull structure, and really like we're close to a big move happening. Let's say we drag this trend line down like that. We're already breaking out of that. So more signs are coming in that we're trying to break out of this downtrend that we've been in and trying to pop back up into the 70K range again to give a retest to a new all-time high. So far so good as far as that goes, because if Bitcoin's being stable or going up, usually altcoins are in a good spot to have nice pumps. So now let's go back to the market update section in the Discord, because really have been trying to get a gauge as to how this bull run's going to pan out. Is it different than the last runs? Is it mimicking the 2016 to 2018 run or the 2020 to 2021 run? And I'm finding more and more signs every day, and with the new data coming in with the prices, that we're mimicking 2020 to 2021 like to a T. And what I found is this. So as far as the altcoins, we're sitting at a moment where these next weeks heading into around like the middle of May, where we are going to see like a parabolic melt up. That's what I'm seeing so far at this point. And this was a fractal that I grabbed from the 2020-2021 bull run. And if we go down, we zoom in on that fractal, it's been panning out to a T. It's been following the structure. We had our correction. We had our pop up. We had our kind of retest back down. And really, it's just a couple of days of sideways. We pop up to our previous high here. We start to slowly grind up. Then all of a sudden, right before April hits, bang, we have a big pop hitting a new high. And then April, we send it up into around the middle of May, first week, second week of May, before having another kind of downwards correction type thing into late May. That's what I'm seeing so far. And this whole big kind of move up where a lot of the gains can be made, you'll see a small wickening event, which may happen in the first week of April, and then a bigger wickening event that may happen in the middle of April. So it's not like it's just up only. There's going to be those wickening events that we see every so often when we see this big pump up. So based off of this, and if we follow suit, so it's, if we follow suit, so far we have been following suit, the next top would fall in the first or second week of May, with a minor and major wickening event in between from now till then. So a minor wickening event would take place first week of April, and the major wickening would take place April 18th, give or take 3 days. So I'll be keeping people updated in the Discord and the market updates as this pans out, if we are following the fractal or divert from it. So that's why you're going to want to join the Discord. Link is in the bio. But Bitcoin macro top levels and by when? It's a question everybody wants to know. So the 2-week chart for Bitcoin. So we have this TSI, and ever since 2011, we've found a trend line at that point. Then our 2013 bull run trend line, the TSI came up, it hit it. We kind of came back down, made a new high here, but it was bearish divergence. And that was the early days of crypto. Not a lot of money in this space, really. It's once the 2017, 2018 bull run came in, that's where we're really tracking it and how this kind of is going to pan out, in my opinion. So we found our top at that same trend line that stretched back to, 2011. And bang, we found our top. Then in 2021, we found our top. So we're close on the 2-week chart for that TSI coming up to that trend line. And it's not like we will just go up and immediately come down. It depends on how we reach up there. If it's like a big spike, kind of blow off top moment, it could come back down very quick. But if we're going to follow 2020, 2021, and we get up there and it's not like a big blow off top, we get up there and we kind of go sideways for a bit, it'll spend some time up there, but then ultimately curl over. And then we have this curved resistance stretching back since 2011 as well too. Resistance. And then where that would take us is around 148K, which so happens to be on the Stargate snakes, that top of the hot zone here. So if I go to the snakes here and we take a look at that and we go to the 2-week chart, so that is the bottom of the hot zone. Bottom of the hot zone is at that 148K level currently. And then another horizontal level that I marked is this orange moving average here on the Stargate snakes, which is around 84K. So those are the two horizontal green lines here. And those are where I think the potential tops could come in. So either 84K on Bitcoin, which a lot of people won't expect, or around 148K, which would coincide with that curve resistance here as well too. But all I know is this: if we start heading up, and we don't have a big correction this week or ASAP, then this TSI on the 2 weeks is going to come up to that trend line. And whatever price that Bitcoin is at that point, whether it be 83K or the 148K, I believe that's going to be the macro top. And I think it's going to come very quick, just like the previous time. I think a lot of people are expecting still a elongated cycle. I just don't see it given what we're seeing on the technicals and everything like that. A lot of things are matching up from back in 2020, 2021. And I think it would catch a lot of people by surprise. I don't know what's going to cause the top, maybe a black swan event or something like that. But all I know is as far as Bitcoin goes, we could be close to the moment where we have one more little push up, whether that takes us to 84K or mid 100K. But at that point, we're going to start to see this roll over. And that's when I'm out. That's what I'm doing. Not saying you should do it, not financial advice. I'm showing you what I'm seeing and how I'm going to be playing it. So when we get up to those levels, I'm going to be very cautious as far as the whole crypto market goes. And we'll have to reassess at that point. So that's what I'm seeing. And by when, right? So if we go down here, I have macro extension resistance and macro retracement support levels for Bitcoin here and key time points with multiple scenarios on the roads it takes to do it. And that's based off of what we have in front of us. With new price data, this may change up, but this is what I'm seeing. So we could have a down move. So far, we've managed to hold. So we could be seeing the immediate up move. But April 5th is going to be a key time point. April 20th is going to be a key time point of decision. If we're going to head up and break through this resistance at that 83K level or come back down to retest the 48K to 53K level. And then our next big time point is around June 4th. And that could be our bounce up or it could be our acceleration. It depends on how the price action follows. If we have green, or we have a down move, then green, then we could have green, red. But this is how I'm seeing the multiple scenarios. All I know is this: I believe we find our top for Bitcoin in the first half of this year. I don't see us having this elongated unless we start to just go down now. If we start to correct and go down now and we go to 48K, and then it's like if we don't hold there and we come down to that 29, 33K level, then we could see a bigger top come in and this bull market elongated. But if we keep moving up here, it's going to be done by the first half of this year. And these are the scenarios that I have on those key levels, the 83K or the 146, 153K. That's how I mapped it out. And we have our key time points of big decisions in the market, whether we're going to accelerate the trend or have a reversal. So these are the charts I'm going to be going off of. as far as the momentum on that 2-week TSI as well too. So the 6-hour chart for Bitcoin next 12 hours here likes to spell out the next big move. So this is that first kind of the arrows. And right now it does look like we're not having the down move at this moment. We're seeing the immediate green up. So if we go down here, we're tracking this, and we saw the similarities in how the TSI and the price action was dancing at this point. This is when Bitcoin was testing that micro 786 at 63K, and we're so far now at 66K. So we're getting out of the woods here. And if we take a look at that, we go to the 12-hour chart, we're waiting for that 12-hour cross up on the TSI, and we're about a hair away from doing it. So if we can cross up, reclaim that zero line in the TSI, it's likely the scenario that's panning out is the immediate green arrow up. And our next price target, if we take out the previous high at 73K, that's such a key level. We need to get above 73K to then head up to 83K, because that's our second concrete level. Our second concrete level is 73, 74K, getting above this concrete zone. And then we had our other concrete zone that was at like that 50K level back here. Now it's not a concrete zone anymore, it's support. So that's why I had the macro supports as well too, because if we break down, we have to hold that zone. So that's our next stop. If we can break above there, we're going up to 83K. And if we smash up through there, then I think we could see a quick move up. And obviously 100K flat, the psychological level is going to be important. But if we melt up through there, it would be 148K, 149K, where I believe we'd find our top, especially because on the 2-week chart, we're seeing that TSI get up to that zone that is getting critical. I mean, like, take a look at it. We're so close. We're so close. So as far as Bitcoin goes, I believe we're ultimately nearing the top for it. But as far as the altcoins go, we got a ways to go. So if we take a look at the scenario here, while Bitcoin's kind of doing its thing, we could be seeing the altcoins now starting to take hold and take dominance over Bitcoin, over Ethereum, over the stable coins, and start to go on a rip roaring rally. And if we take a look at the alt season pulse chart right here, alt season pulse chart, let's go to the initial one where I shared, because when we broke into the belly of the beast, the last bull run around this time frame, March, April-ish, that's when we saw the alt season bull run of 2021. And it was life-changing gains in a matter of weeks, a matter of a couple months. We're right now hanging, teetering on the top of it. And that was like a week ago. But now we're getting the jaws of the beast are starting to swallow up the bottom of the candles here. So what we could be seeing is if this dips into the belly of the beast and has multiple bodies of the candles close into it, we could be beginning the big altcoin run. And that's when this pattern would likely be playing out for the others. And it would be an amazing April, it'd be just an insane April. And then once May rolls around, the first week or second week of May, we would see kind of the top come in. So this is if all these things pan out with the scenarios. But if we start to roll over for Bitcoin, then it's likely that we're going to have, a hiccup in this chart. So that's why we're going to be tracking it in real time, keeping people updated on the market updates. Because in crypto, it's 24/7, 365. As new price action comes in, new data, you have to be able to adapt. You have to be able to be fluid and change the scenario as new price data comes in and if it goes against your original theory. So that's how we're going to be playing it. So another thing here is on the Bitcoin chart, we do have a 12-hour prepare to buy soon. If we can get back above like 68K and kind of reclaim really 69K to get back above the previous all-time high, then we'll see that buy now signal come in. And the last time we saw the buy now signal was January 25th. And that's what started this big uptrend, this big move. So I really want to see that 12-hour buy now come in. We've already cooled off a bunch in the momentum indicators, and we've managed to stay pretty high up in price. So as long as we can get that momentum to come in, reclaim 69K, then we'll be in good order for a push up to that 83K level. And then as far as the pump dump chart goes, if we go on the daily chart, we're getting close to getting that zero TSI above the zero line. What we want to see for all these things to pan out is for this to roll back over. Because if this can roll back over, money's flowing back from the stable coins into the cryptos. Bitcoin will likely get above those key levels, but I think a lot of the money would flow into the altcoins. We'll see the alt season pulse chart break down, go into the beast. Then we'll see that pattern play out as far as the others market cap, as far as what I was showing here. So it's going to be a critical last week here in March. That's going to give us the way of the roads here for the crypto market heading into April here. So you're going to want to subscribe to the notification bell, leave a like and a comment, join the Discord. to get updated in real time with all this, because we're living in critical times right now as far as the market goes, and key decisions are going to be made pretty soon here. And we're going to be tracking it. We're on it. I'll be keeping people updated in the Discord as far as any new data coming in, anything that's kind of shifting us away from the patterns here. But as far as everything's going, so far so good as far as following what we were expecting weeks ago as far as the fractal goes. So I'll let you guys know in the Discord if anything changes, but for now it's Sunday, so definitely this weekly candle close is going to be important. How the new candle opens up is going to be important as well. But what I was tracking to kind of get to my thinking here is this fractal back here. We're at like this stage. In my opinion, we're right here before one more move up, and it's more shrunk though. So let me actually hide that. So it's in my opinion, we're doing something like this, and we're at this kind of tail end stage of wrapping up this little kind of pause here. And this is what brings us to that key level, 83K. And by the time frames I was saying. So this is one scenario with the fractals that I came to my conclusion, but we could also be in here as well too. So the other scenario actually brings us up to that 150K level. So we have both scenarios that we're tracking right now. So like, see how this is matching up perfect? So matching up perfect like that. This is how I came up with the timestamps as well as the price points. And it brings us up, to 83K or around that 150K level. And it gives us the key time points of when we could see a change of trend. They both match up as well too. So this is how I came to that conclusion. Then given the fact that the Stargate signals as well too, flashing the same sell warnings, 2-week sell warnings here, 2-week sell warnings there, as well as looking at the momentum and the indicators and kind of where we're at along this trend. Yeah, that's how I came up with it. So a lot of people expecting insane price points. I'm just not there yet. I don't see it yet. There's always a wrench to be thrown in the crypto space. So that's what I'm going to be watching. Thank God we have these indicators, because it would be tough to be able to know when things are getting overheated at a blink of an eye. So I'll be using the Stargate signals, 3-week chart, 2-week chart, higher time frame stuff to let us know that, hey, when we flash a sell now, it's likely we're done. So the 10-day sell warnings, no sell now yet. That's the Bitcoin bot that we have set up, the 10-day chart. So this has rode up this whole trend. It bought the bottom here in January 2023. We got sell warnings now, no sell now yet. So I'll be watching the Discord in the Bitcoin signals too for when that signal flashes, because that's going to give us more confluence and more signs as far as, yeah, we're close to the top here. Another thing that I saw that kind of gave me more validation to what I was thinking was, I think this was yesterday or a couple of days ago, was want to track the speculative frenzy in Bitcoin market. Here's how. Speculative frenzy characterized by irrational exuberance and greed is an infamous sign of an impending market top. And they're talking about some technical stuff in here about the future contracts and next month and front month Bitcoin future contracts and how they can offer insights into the level of speculation in the market. And previously, an above $1,000 spread on the CME has marked previous bull market tops, and the spread has recently widened beyond 1,000. So a lot of things matching up as far as we're reaching close to a market top for Bitcoin. And then if we take a look here, the last time that it did it was back in February of 2021 and then October of 2021, which so happened to be, if we take a look, they match it up, close to that market top back in 2021 and then close to the market top in October of 2021. And we recently had just done it. So if anything, I see us going up to 83K, one last push up at the minimum. If anything, if we can find some more exuberance in the market, we could get over 100K. But so far, a lot of things matching up like this, that is showing us the way here, as well as with the signals, the Stargate signals on the 10-day chart, matching up as well too, as well as on the 12-day, on the 2-week chart as well, like 3-week chart. Let's see if we have a monthly sell warning, because if that's the case, bro, let's see if we have a 2-month. We don't have a 2-month, but guys, like a 1-month sell warning on this current candle that we have right now. Let's check the 6-week chart. No sell warning there, but a month sell warning, 3-week, a 2-week, a 1-week, a 10-day, a 12-day, like we're nearing a market top, in my opinion, not financial advice, on Bitcoin. So if anything, if these altcoins are going to start to show up, it's going to start to be immediately here, in my opinion. So that's what I'm watching. Those are some things that kind of led me to my belief and gave me more validation. If anything changes, I will be keeping people updated in the Discord. You can bet on that. We have this as well too. The Bitcoin halving may be here sooner than you know again. So April 15th, supposedly now instead of April 28th. And the last time this happened was in the previous bull market. This happened as well too. So let's go down. A similar phenomenon was observed in the run-up to the last halving 4 years ago, and history appears to be repeating itself. So a lot of things are repeating itself here as far as the last cycle goes. And yeah, so this is what I'm watching. So I'll be keeping people updated in the market updates in the Discord. For the altcoins, we'll be tracking that pattern. And then for the individual altcoin signals here, it's going to be important based off the coin that every coin is going to dance and move at a different time to track these signals here. If you're a Stargate VIP and you have access to them. So if you're not, then hit me up in the Discord. It's Rob at Stargate, but Louis Leone in the Discord. Friend request me here, and then I can get you kitted and suited up right before we see fireworks in this market. So that's the market look ahead for the Stargate VIPs and Infinity members who have the bots. I'll be doing a bot live video update later today. So be on the lookout for that. I'll send that in the email as well too and put it in the Discord. So I'll see you guys there and in the next video.